My name is Mark Fincham. I am the manager of Heartland Family Farms, and I am currently the 5th generation on this farm, and I'm partners with my brother and my wife, my brother Craig, my wife Lisa, and my great-great-grandfather was the first one to come to the area in about 1884 is the date that I can find, or the year I can find. And we think the homestead was about 5 miles south of where we are today. So that puts me 5th generation.
Kelly Estes, the CEO of BTI since 1987. Been employed at BTI out of college 43 years now. And 4th generation business. My grandfather started in 1944. Have 6 locations and 198 employees full-time now. So we've really grown the business. Our family in partnership with your family is our motto now. Was we service what we sell with my grandfather. Mm-hmm. And it's been a real rewarding business, and we love dealing with agriculture and farmers. You know, they're great to do business with. So
the farm is all grain production farm. I guess it's corn, wheat, beans, a little bit of milo, some cotton. We're looking at some other crops.
I think one of the interesting things you said is you went to college and got your agronomy degree.
Yes.
And you utilize that every day
Mm-hmm.
with what you're doing and all your growing and your diversification. So
yeah, I mean, when I left college, went and was a crop consultant for 10 years, and through that, I gained a lot of insight, knowledge, especially about agronomy, a lot about people, and different things that I had to learn while I was out there. You know, it was fun. It was a great experience. I would never trade that experience to come back to the farm. That's something I think every young person that's coming back should go experience something like that.
yeah.
So what has your experience been with working with BTI?
And
over the years?
It's always been positive. I mean, you go through areas of mechanically things aren't working right, and you're frustrated and everything. And I've always been taken care of in a good professional manner, with guys that seem to care about what we want and how to deal with this, and can handle we know you're frustrated because it's a mechanical piece of equipment and they do break. That's just the nature of it. Sales have always been good, especially in the last 5 years. I have more contact with my salespeople now than I ever have.
Awesome.
And I don't see them any more often. If that makes sense.
Right.
So we text, we email, we can pick up the phone and call. So there's that communication thing that you don't realize how important that is because they're gathering information off of me. I'm providing information to them. And the whole thing is to make sure that I get something that's as cost effective for me as possible. But the only way I can do that is to share information with my salesmen so that they have enough information to really get me what I need and when I need it. I mean, that's as important as what I need. It's kind of a funny story. Got through harvest, and Matt goes, "Oh, I want to talk to you about a combine. I think I got one that's going to work." And I was like, man, it's the middle of harvest. And I said, I'm not really thinking about trading. I don't want to think about numbers. And so he said, okay, I'll call you right after harvest. And he called me after harvest. And I said, okay, man, I'm just still hawing around about this thing. And I'm like, and then finally I walked into his office about another week later and presented me with the numbers and said, this is what I think, this is why I think it'll work for you. And I looked at the numbers and I went, well, yeah, it will work for me. And he goes, good, because I put your name on it 3 weeks ago.
Man, that's confidence sales there. Man, that's funny.
But he knew better what I needed than I
Yeah.
did, and that's the point that I was trying to make
Oh,
with that
that's-
was he wasn't being brazen or bold with that.
He knew.
He knew that was the combine that I was going to want. He knew the numbers were right based on other conversations we'd had prior to that, and so ultimately I ended up trading for the combine.
In the old days, that's what it was. I mean, it was, you didn't have to wrap a bunch of services, and the technology wasn't there. It was more or less just get it out the door and then keep it running. It still had the motto of having the best service, or service what you sell. But it's grown so much more into relationships, and these farms aren't just farmer on every quarter. You got farmers on 5 sections. I mean, there's just, it doesn't have the amount of family out here that we had, so we better take care of our families or we won't have any families, right? And if we care about them like they care about us, you'll do more business with somebody like that than you would somebody that's just out to get your money for iron.
I have had a phone call from your dealership that my tractor was having a problem before it told me it was having a problem.
That's good. That's what I want to hear.
Pat calls me up and goes, hey,
Threw a code.
You threw a code, what's going on? I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I haven't seen anything.
It could stop a major too.
And he did probably stop a major.